This is Mike Black from Dead Sea TV, Dead Sea Records, here with Brian Slagel, the master of Metal Blade Records and one of the creators of the metal scene. I have a couple questions for you. What inspired you to get into this scene?
Well, I was just a huge music fan, and I felt back all the way back in 1982 now when this was happening. There were no labels, no major labels. Nobody really cared about the music scene in LA, and I thought there's some good bands playing around. I should try to help them. So I put together a compilation album, never intending it to be a label or anything, just did it to help. And that kind of started and did pretty well, and then we kind of moved along from there, and all of a sudden it's a label.
I have that compilation, man. Metal Blade is the shit.
Thanks.
So, Brian, you are here for a Lifetime Achievement Award. How do you feel about that?
You know, it makes me feel a little old, honestly. But look, it's a huge honor, and coming from the independent record label people, being an independent label for so long, just supporting independent music is really important. So I feel really super honored by them because that's who we all are, independent.
That's awesome, Brian. From a person who sings in a band and owns a record label, an indie label, I have to say thank you because you have created a scene that has exploded, and the bands on your label are bands that all other bands have to build themselves up to. So thank you, and what would you say to all the young metal bands that are struggling right now?
Well, number one, don't give up because you never know. I mean, look, if any of us thought this was going to be as big as it is back in 1982, we would have given up there. But we did it for the love of the music. So number one, do it for the love of the music. You have to keep working because it took us all a long time. I mean, Metallica didn't start overnight. It took them 6 or 7 or 8 years to even get to any point. They were sleeping on couches and eating bread and struggling as we all did back then. So keep doing it. And also, I think the biggest key. I always tell bands this: there's 2 things you need to know. Number one, somebody in your band needs to know something about business. Just one guy, read a book, take a course, just one guy, because all of us, labels, managers, agents, we work for you. We work for the bands. You don't work for us. I think they think it's the other way around. So you need to know your business so you can not get taken advantage of people. And the other thing musically is just take your influences and use those to influence you, but don't try to sound like anybody. Try to sound like what you want to do. Make the music you want to make. And if you make the music you want to make, 10 times out of 10, other people will like it. So
Don't be a cookie cutter band, basically. Brian Slagel, thank you. We're honored to have you here. Metal Blade Records, my friends.